Hello everyone. I was trying to work yesterday on NPCs. The problem that I have, they are crossing door and you can cross door at the same time. But I had some problems compiling, so I was crashing the engine most of the time, and I couldn't work on it. I have found the problem was about the new compiler blueprint, so I just deactivate and disable for the time that is working fine until the problem is solved. I don't know if this is problem about my blueprint or just about them. I was disabling uh, in the past because I have problems with a few blueprints, so at the moment I'm not using, and it seems to be solving the problem that I have yesterday, so I can just keep working on it again. And I was explaining yesterday that the problem that I have is when NPC is just going to some house, the door are being opening automatically for the NPCs, so it's working fine. But the player could just try to cross at the same time that they are crossing with the door opening, and then you can just cross the door even if this door is closed. So what I'm trying to do is maybe, I don't know, spawn some block in the player or even in the door that is just blocking the player until the NPC has crossed the door completely and the door is closed again. The main problem that I have is that the NPCs and the player are exactly the same, so they have the same collision, same capsule, and collision type and everything. So I can detect when the player is trying to cross door with this box collision, but I cannot just block them because if I'm blocking the player, I'm also blocking the NPC. So that's why I need to create maybe custom collision surface type and then spawning just a box, for example, with this kind of collision, and then this box collision that is blocking uh, this kind of surface. Uh, and that's the plan that I have today, just trying to do this. So for that, what I have is this door base. I will just show you how I did this. So what I have is this is a box collision, which is just detecting if NPC is just coming here. In that case, it's just opening the door, and then when it's leaving, this box is just closing the door again, so automatically it's working. For that, I have few code here, just managing when the NPCs are coming, and then playing the animation and sounds for the doors. What I have mainly is just this picking overlap and overlap from this box collision. So that's how it works, and it works fine, there's not a problem. But the only problem is that when the player is trying to go at the same time, I will just try to show you here what the problem is. So for example, this NPC is just going to this door and crossing, and I will just try to cross at the same time that this NPC is crossing, and you will see that I can just cross the door without any problem, even when the door is closed. So I will just try to go at the same time. So in this case, as you can see, the door is locked and I didn't have time to go there, but I will try again. So just in a few tries you can just achieve this one. So let's stay closer. So you can see here that I have crossed the door already, even the door is still locked. So that's the thing, that I can just cross the door even being closed if I'm just doing at the same time that the NPC is just going there. So that's what I'm trying to do, adding something that should block the door, the NPC just crossing. For that, I have already here just checking about the first person character and also checking about this is opening, so I can see here, for example, this player detected when I'm trying to go there at the same time that this NPC is going there. So probably, as you can see, you have this message there, so the player is being detected. That's the case that I need to do something with this. And what I think is just maybe spawning something. So for that I will use this first spectrum character. And what I want to do is maybe I could just change the, because the problem is the capsule, for example, here, or even the pound is exactly the same and the same collision that I have for the NPC, so I cannot, for example, block for the capsule or just for the mess with the NPC, and I need to create something completely different. So for that I could, for example, I could just add here like static mesh. Well, in that case need to be mobile, it's fine, but just let's say this box or door collision, just to be something like that. I can just create, for example, this cube and do something smaller, something like this, which is just blocking. And what I can do now is, let me see from the top, just to take the same size of the capsule. Yeah, that's fine. And what I want to do is, for example, this one, of course, is not visible and even hidden game, but should have collision, which is here, for example, no shadows, yeah, nothing here. Block all dynamic. I would like to have, for example, blocking not for this and not this one. What I want to do is probably having a custom collision for this object, and in that case this box collision should be blocking this one. Okay, this is just going there. Okay, so checking this box and checking also the collision for this one, you have like overlap all dynamic. But what I want to do is blocking, so what I need to do is let's custom, and what we need is, there's nothing about this, so let's, okay, that's because it's just faster to do that. So in that case, visibility and camera, for example, here should be overlapping, but what we need is what about this? I think I could use this interactive object. So for example, this is blocking the interactive object, just to reuse some of the collision that we have. I don't want to redefine this one, or I could just use the world dynamic. I think it's fine, but I'm afraid that I'm also blocking the, so this is bound that need to be overlaying. And yeah, let's say for example that here have this world dynamic or just interactive, because I'm afraid that this one is interactive already, this door, so I don't want to use this one. I will use something different. What's happening? I cannot change this. I don't know. Well, since that is completely blocked, probably Unreal is crashing. It's just not responding at all. Okay, finally we are here. Okay, so yeah, this one, and that one. Object type, this one. So let's try with this one. If not, we can change to any other of them to see how it's working. So what I'm doing is, when this flag is detecting that the player is being there, I will activate the collision of the player of this box, so the player has collision and cannot cross this this one probably. I don't know what's happening, but it's just not responding at all. Hey Sanket Dev, morning, evening, it's 10 p.m. here. How's it going? Any progress in your game? Well, Unreal Engine is not responding. Okay, finally. What I'm doing, what's this? The problem that I have is when you are walking, you can cross the door. For example, this door is closed, but this NPC is going to cross to this door, so the door is being opening automatically for NPCs. If you are walking close enough, you can walk together and just cross the door being closed. So I'm just trying to do something, how to block the player when you are in this one. So this is the door and this is the box that I'm using for the box collision, detecting when the NPCs are in there and then opening the door. When the NPC is leaving, it's closing the door again, just playing the animation. For that I have a few code detecting this one with this begging overlap and end overlap, so I know when the NPC is going there, and also checking about the character. So in that case that is the player, and then you are opening, which means there is already one NPC inside of this one, or trying to open this one. In that case I have this player detected. For that, what I'm doing, that's an idea that I want to try if it's working. I'm adding just a box for the player, and I will add put the collision for this one. So enable the collision for this box, which is by default no collision. So by default I will have this set collision enable false, so it's not collision by default. And when this is happening with the NPC going there, I will enable this one just to see what's happening, if it's really blocking this or not. So in that case I will take the player, which is get player bound. I don't have much space. And let's just get door collision something here, and then set collision enable, and I will do query only. It is really compiling really slow. It takes like, I don't know, 30 seconds to compile every single blueprint. It is taking really long. Okay. And probably what we need to do is also spawning here inside another box collision, which is really blocking this. Otherwise, if you are already inside, I don't think that's blocking you. So let me show how it works, how I can avoid this door being closed. So the doors are closing, but in case that I'm going really close to this one, as you can see, I can walk inside, even the door is closed, it's locked, because I'm just walking so close to this one. And that's what I'm trying to spawn a box for this with a specific collision, and then spawning maybe another box collision here, which is only blocking the player but not blocking the NPC on the way that is going to cross the door. And this is the first step. So when I'm just going there, activating this collision for this box. The another thing that we need to do is probably here adding another box collision. This is yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, is just only blocking the player, but the initial problem is that the NPCs are exactly the same as the player, so they have also pound, they have also the capsule, they have the same collision for the capsule and all the things like that. So how can I well, if you have any other idea it's fine, because I'm just trying to figure out something. And the problem is that all of them have exactly the same, or the same pound, the same collision, the same capsule, everything like that. So in case that I'm blocking the player, I could be blocking also the NPC, which is I'm trying to do. Well, but I have from the player, I have this player is coming from character base, but all things are coming from the same one. So I have like character base, which is coming based on character, and NPCs are being inherited from this one, so extending character base, and the player is also extending character base. So they have the same character for all of them. I mean, this one is spawn, so it has like a controller and everything like that, but I'm just opening, let's say, this interactive NPC. You can see here that's exactly the same. So you have also controller with character movements, and they have this mesh, and you have this capsule component, so they are exactly the same because they're both of them are extending from character. So I have no idea how to block all the player but not the NPC, if they have exactly the same capsule, the same everything. So that's why I don't know how to do that, and I was just trying to do like that. So just putting just a box. Okay, so this is, because as you can see I can change at any time, so I know when to do. I mean, I have this code here, so I have the player here, and what I can do is just changing the collision for the capsule, for example this one. Okay, that's fine. And what could I just put here, because it's just collision preset, and should be, for example, to see here, like it's not a pound, but should be, for example, I could use in that case, for example, for during some time, something like block all dynamic, or what you mean. Okay, well, what I'm trying to do is avoiding to create a new collision. That's why I'm just reusing some of them, you know. I'm just trying to reuse any of them, which is fine. For example, I can use, for example, this collision interactive, or I don't know, projectile is fine, because it's just for a couple of seconds of the time that it's just trying to cross the door. So this is the same idea, like changing this one. Yeah, I have already this one, this interactive. This is one of the custom collisions that I have already, so that's fine. And this is bound, this is fine. Overlap only pound, I think. I don't remember which one was the pass. Let me check again. I'm not breaking everything. Pound collision preset. Okay, so by default this one is pound. Okay, so what I can do is, for example, when I'm trying to cross this one, I could just change, for example, here, instead of this collision for something, I could just get capsule here and change this one for, as you say, here changing, for example, set collision when I change it here, exactly, so I can change here the channel just as testing. So I use this one at the moment just for testing. For example, here I'm changing to world static, and yeah, exactly, that's what I want to do, is just this world static. And also another thing that we need to do is, because this as you can see here, you can be already inside, which is not blocking you. So what I need to do is create a new one, that's the one that I'm just creating, to be the same side at the door, so you cannot, let's say, cross the door at any time, but this one can be here all the time with the same size. Let's say that's here. I need to change the size, so what's this? Okay, so something like that, which is just blocking. So this small box, which is well down here, let's say here, that's fine. I can just be even higher, like 2 meters, and well, 100. Just needs to be both sides. So okay, so this is just blocking in front of the door. So this one is blocking, for example, world dynamic, as you say. So this is no. What I want to do is okay, I think this one need to be custom, because what I want to do is ignore bound and blocking all of them. So I say it's just this one will be here all the time, that is not changing at all. So it's just blocking here all the static, which is not a problem in the game, because nothing static is just moving to try to cross this one. But what I'm doing is changing the capsule to static during the time you are trying to cross, and then after that it's just changing again to be dynamic. So this should work. This is the same idea that I was just doing, but as you say, it's better just to change the channel for the capsule and not even creating a new one. So that's fine, and I will delete this because I don't need this, the box, this door collision, delete. We don't need this, and I will just try to change the capsule value. Should be blocking. It's compiling really slow. So okay. Yeah, because I was changing this one in the constructor. Okay, so here I say it's just changing to world static. So this one, this box, should be blocking world static. That's the one that I want. The bound is null, but world static is just being blocked here. So it would be dynamic also is not blocking, just in case, and the rest is fine. So this box is blocking all the time static, but the capsule of the player is being static only when this already. Only when you are trying to cross, it's just being static. So it should be blocking the player at this time. And after that, what we need to do is later with this overlap end, when the player is just, well, when the NPC is just leaving, yeah, that's it's working fine until you try to do things like that. So there is small issue with the doors, that the only thing that they have problems. Okay, so let's try this to see how it works. Even we can see the blocker here. So I think it's also blocking the NPC, otherwise it should be crossing here. So let me see, just not messing with the NPC, if it's working. I think it's blocking also the NPC for some reason. I don't know. I think that the only channel that I'm just doing is this one. I need to be static. That's fine. And this is just blocking, not affecting navigation. And the only one that should block is world static. So let's say ignore everything, but only world static blocking. What's this? So now we don't need overlap events. The only thing is just blocking. So the first thing is not blocking the NPC at all, just ignoring. I don't know what's happening. It's just something working here. I don't know. Okay, finally. So the first thing is the NPC should be able to cross this door, having this box collision. So where is my NPC? Okay, as you can see, for example, this is affecting navigation, so this guy is going to another door. So the first thing is okay. So this door is affecting navigation, which is not. And let me see. Since that is affecting navigation, so let's recreate the path just in case. Yeah, it's for some reason is affecting navigation, which is saying not. This is just ignoring. I don't know where the problem is. Why this one is collision enable. This is not affecting navigation, but it is affecting navigation. I don't know. So here, but that's strange because, for example, this is also door base. So this one should be having the same problem. As you can see here, for example, to have also this box collision for all of them. But in that case, it's just affecting navigation, but not, for example, this one or this door also. That's strange. So since that some doors, and also this one, so yeah, since that for some reason this is just blocking the navigation, this small box. So maybe we can try to do something smaller. I don't know what the problem is. But I say that it's not affecting navigation, so I don't know why it's just, let's say no. Okay. Anyway, it's just blocking. I don't know, I think I will restart the editor. I don't know what the problem is, taking 30 seconds every time that I'm trying to compile. No, it's not working. So this is the first problem that we have, that this one is affecting navigation for I don't know which reason. Object type, maybe dynamic. Yes, I don't think that is changing anything. I don't know why it's taking so long. Okay. Yeah. For some reason it is affecting navigation. But not for example this one, so this one is not affecting navigation. This box which is not here, and this is just a pound, and blocking dynamic. No, is it not dynamic? Overlapping, all dynamic. And what about this? Let's just by default create the same as the another one, and should be working, I think. I think they're both the same. Yes. I don't know, but it's just blocking all the doors. But for example this one is not, so here is fine, it's not blocking the door, but in that case it's blocking the door. Exactly the same door, the same size, everything exactly the same, but here you can see that you don't have the path for this one, but the same door in the opposite way they have, you know, for some reason that I really don't know. What about another houses? So here is also fine, this one is fine, but for some stupid reason just this door is it not working, and for example this door is working but not this one also. So I really don't know, it's not consistent, so some of them are working, some of them are not working. Okay, yeah, for testing I will move this one really faster because I have no idea where the problem is about this door working or not working. So I will just try to put here this guy, and it will go to those this thing here. So we'll go this way and go inside. And this will ignore pound, or we can just this one, and blocking I think static. We were changing to static, yes. So this one should block static here. Okay. Let's see, just checking if this is broken or not. That's fine. So should go inside. Okay, so now it's not blocking. I will just try to cross this one. I cannot cross, which is working fine. And even like that, I'm just not deactivating, so that's fine. And let's try to do something like I'm already inside, so that's blocking, that's fine. But what if I'm just being there ready? Okay, let's move a bit there, a bit further, so that I have a bit of time before this guy is coming to be already inside of this box. So okay, I'm in this box already. That's strange. Okay, I'm here already, and I can cross exactly. So the thing is, I'm checking only when the player is going there, but I need to check also when the NPC is going there. So what I need to do is, in both cases, but that's working. So in both cases is in case that this is a player or in case that this NPC is exactly the same. So in that case, need to check if the player is inside. So I will just create function to block player, and what we need to do is checking about all of this code. So cutting here and pasting here. So what we need to do is checking if this one is opening, but also we need to check about this box if the player is inside. So for that I need to get overlapping actors, class filter, first person character, and just get taking length bigger than 0. So I think this is and needs to be is opening, and also the player is inside, and that's the condition. But not nice, I will just do something better, but at the moment that's the condition here. Okay, so in case that I'm just trying to cross, I don't need this, and I will just take here, that's true, take my character and changing the capsule here, and I need to do this one, checking both cases when this is the case. So this block player here, but this is also the case here. And in that case, means always. Okay, fine. So I don't need to check about this, who is doing that, but just doing. So let's say that I'm adding this condition here, this check, in case that the player is inside, it's just blocking the player. Doesn't matter which one is just going there. If the NPC is going there first, when the player is arriving, it's just blocking here. In case that the first person character, the player is going there, then nothing happens because at the moment it's not opening, but then the interactive NPC is coming. Okay, but this is opening here, so this one is not working. So this check needs to be, well, this is true. So in case that's coming here, block the player. In case that is the NPC and this is the pawn, needs to go there and then checking. No, after that. So this opening is being used. Okay. So we have this check both times. It's really slow. Okay. So that's the case that I'm already inside of them. But it's blocking, so I cannot cross this one. It's blocking me. Seems to be far. Seems to me that the one that's blocking me is this one and not this small one, that I would like to have just the door and not this big one. Yeah, as you can see, the one that's blocking is the big one. So what we need to do is different collision for this. This is the bomb, but ignoring this world static, overlapping, nothing happening. I think that yeah, by mistake I was just doing the opposite one that I was expecting, and this is the one that needs to be blocking the world static. Yeah. Now should work. And the final thing that we need to do is restoring the capsule when the NPC is just leaving, or even when the player is also leaving. Both cases this is exactly the same, but just the opposite one. The same check, but the opposite one when it's leaving. So we are already here. As you can see, you cannot cross door, but this is one. So if I'm just opening, of course it's not working. And in case that I'm out of this, should work also, just to be sure. Yeah, that's blocking me. Perfect. And the last thing that we need to do is restore the capsule when it's just crossing this one. So that's the opposite way here. So this is open, this is opening. And I will create also another function. I will even not check about being inside or not, I just restoring this one and that's all. So I don't care. And this one is being here, so this unblock player. Okay, finally. So let's try this. This guy is coming here. Try to cross, it's not possible. Okay, I'm leaving. So if I'm coming here, I should be able to cross now. Exactly, so just restoring my capsule after I'm just leaving. And I will let's try also for at the same time even not leaving this. Should work also. Is being activating this. So now it's close this one. Okay, because I was activating again. Okay. Seems to be blocking. So what I need to do is probably closing. So this one is blocking me. If I inside, I think we need another condition like the player is there, but also any NPC is there. So in that case is get overlapping actors, and what we need to do is interactive NPC. So it means it's blocking the player only, and this is the same here. if the player is inside, but also at least one NPC is inside. Otherwise there is nothing to block. I don't know, let's see. So slow. Okay. Try game. Okay, that's blocking. Crossing. Crossing again. This is crossing here. Okay, since working now. Yeah, it's not allowing me to cross the door. What is happening if I'm starting here and the NPC is coming, so I'm already inside? Yeah, it's blocking me and that's allowing me to cross. Yeah, okay, so it works. The only thing that we need to fix is about the paths. For some reason such door is being broken. A few doors have been broken already, that I don't know why, because for example this one is exactly the same. Here as you see, have also this block, and in that case it's working, but this one is blocking the path, but not here, which is exactly the same house, the same model, everything like that. This one is also broken, but not this. I don't know how to fix this one. What's working? And now it's not working. Maybe the revcast nav some of the parameters here, but I don't think so, because it's not affecting, so that's why doesn't matter how big it is, should be not affecting. Just to be sure, I will just try to do something bigger. Even more, just for testing. But the strange, that's just building navigation every time when I say that this object is not affecting navigation here. So I don't know why it's trying to recreating the navigation every time for something that is not being affecting navigation. I really don't know. But anyway, this one being bigger should be affecting the limits here for the navigation close to the house, in case that is affecting, just to be sure that it's not. Okay, let's build paths. Yeah, as you can see, you don't have any difference here, which means it's not affecting, I think, at all. But it's not crossing the door. Well, in that case, that's the one being broken, but not this size. This one is broken. So since there are some of them broken, but some of them are not, even the same building with the same size of doors and everything like that, some of them are broken for unknown reason. This one is also broken. I think I will just play with these parameters, maybe. Max height radius. I think max slope. I think this is the one for the side of the supposed to be the capsule being walking. So it should be something smaller. For example, here you can see that you have the limits are smaller here. If I try something like, I don't know, 2 of them, should be this one even closer. Yeah, as you can see, it is just even closer for this one. In that case, it's just working here. So seems to be a problem with the doors, comparing with the width that should be here. So in that case, for example, let's see, 15 is not enough. Let's say 10. Of course, just for testing, because it needs to be like a real size for the. Well, as you can see here, it's working. I think that's working now, or maybe not. No, I think this is not. Let's check this. Yeah, same problem here, is not working. So let's put as it was. Max slope. This is a step. I don't think that I have any problem here, but just for testing. Of course not. That's fine. And phantom bot. Let me come, I think. Wait, I'm just trying to find the link. Okay. Exactly. It's just Java. I'm just running locally in my computer. I'm not working on the server yet, but probably I will move to the server because I have also a server working, and probably I will put there. But at the moment it's just running on my computer, so I can just switch on and off thing. And I was also connecting with Discord. I have connected with Discord, but seems to me that it's not working well for Discord. I don't know. It's not giving me any message there, but as you see for the chat, it's fine. Okay, so that's for some reason not working. I think that I will restart the editor because sometimes it's just stupid things and I'm just spending so much time on things that are just fixed after resting this. So this is the door base. I'm just resting the editor. Yeah, I see there are some problems with the RAM right now. Okay, finally. But anyway, I think I have a problem with my Twitch account because I found many times that, for example, I'm just watching some video, some streamer, and even I'm just chatting. But then when I'm trying to check the list of viewers on the streamer, I can see that I'm not there. I mean, I'm already there, but I cannot find myself there. And sometimes, for example, streaming, I have like a 0 viewers all the time, but there are people that is just talking on the chat, you know. So I don't know what is happening, what the problem is with my account. Maybe I don't know. That's something strange. So maybe if I have some problem with this bot, it's related to my account and not really about the bot. This is not, for example, detecting when I'm going online or offline. And that's maybe the problem. I have found also, yeah, that's the problem that some people was reporting me that they didn't receive any email when I'm going online, which is usually is going there. So I don't know, maybe I have a problem with my account. So let's try to see again. Okay, as you can see here, it's working again. For whatever reason, just to need to restart the editor, and everything has been solved. So yeah, that's not the first time. I'm not planning to spend a lot of time on things like that. That finally it's just working well. It should restart the editor. So it makes no sense spending a lot of time on it. So let's see this guy. Okay. Yeah, so that's just blocking zone. And then going there is fine. Leaving. Staying far. Yeah. So yeah, it works. So this is one of the problems that I had in the past with the NPCs, and also I was just forcing to continue the plans when they are blocking, for example walking in this path. It's not working perfectly yet, but yeah, they continue after a couple of seconds, try again to walk. So let's try, for example here, they are all of them being spawned here just for testing, and I will try to block them. So let's block some of them. So you see that after a few times they try to continue walking. So let's block this guy if I can. Okay, should be stopping after a few times. Okay, and then try again. Okay, that's blocking. If I'm just moving, they are moving. The problem is that they are blocking each other and it's not working well, but for the player it's fine. Just stopping, continuing, and that's good. And I need to restore this guy, which is the one that is isn't welcome here. Okay. Okay, and also compiling fine. Yes. I have found also that, for example, here, if I'm using a blueprint to create all things, not a spline, but yeah, a climb, and using hierarchical instance, that my lighting is not being applied. So in that, for example, the static light is being applied, but not in that case at all. Is being also ignored for whatever reason. I really don't know. I was just doing smaller yesterday. Well, a bit better. That is fine. And I was creating also this. Okay, I think I will finish the streaming here because I was just planning to do something small and also a bit late. I hope that I can stream tomorrow a bit before, a bit earlier, so I have more time for the streaming. But I think for today is fine. I'm happy that at least this problem is being solved and was not really hack or really dirty solution, so that's fine. So thank you everyone for coming. Thank you Sam Game Dev. I hope to see you soon, and let me know if you need any help or find any problem with this bot. But that's really easy. If you are just reading the documentation, you can see it's really easy, and it's well documented, and they have like a wiki and facts and everything, so that's fine. So thank you everyone for coming. Hope to see you next day. Thank you. Have a nice day or evening, night. Bye bye.